Yeah, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Iceman. We back with another video today. We're gonna be discussing that Source Walker Sayso P issue. But before we do that, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share this video. Salute. All right, man. Yo, we're gonna start the video off like this, man. To be honest, everything about that whole situation just seems off. It seems like it was a play that was set up. You know what I'm saying? Did my little homework and investigation, and I've been around a long time, man, and I'm gonna just tell you, a situation like that, like, just don't transpire, you know what I'm saying, that easily. So, they claiming that, he was outside smoking or whatever the case is, and, somebody who's so-called had the drama and so-called had the beef that he had, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you would have thought would have been a lot more on point, you know what I'm saying? But what seems crazy to me is that, all right, you know what I'm saying? So nobody knows how long he was out there supposedly smoking for. Whoever those two dudes was that he was kicking it with, or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would question them because obviously, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking like, somebody had to put the text in or put the call in and say, yo, we out here right now, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, because what's the chances of that white car, you know what I'm saying, that drove up, you know what I'm saying, knowing that he's out there at that specific moment, you know what I'm saying? Unless they, don't get me wrong, unless they was sitting there outside of wherever they was at, you know what I'm saying, and doing their own surveillance, you know what I'm saying, and seeing them come out or whatever, you know what I mean, that could be a theory, but it just seemed odd that, you know what I'm saying, you got all this drama, whatever the case is, and ain't really none of y'all on point, you know what I'm saying, with the situation. You hot, you know what I'm saying, you out there, you smoking, you know what I mean, or whatever, and it just seems like, he was too comfortable, you know what I'm saying, knowing that, you know what I mean, you got all these accusations going on. You ran off with the bag and this and that, whatever the case is. So, to me, man, that whole situation smells like a setup. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's allegedly something going on, issues going on online about, you know what I'm saying, insurance claim and this and that, whatever. I get it, man, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, because, you know what I'm saying, like, that's what the record labels, you know what I'm saying, doing now, you know what I'm saying? Well, not doing now, they've been doing, you know what I'm saying? So every artist they sign, they go out and take out a huge insurance claim on your life, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, knowing that the possibility of you making it, you know what I'm saying, throughout your career is not going to be successful, you know what I'm saying? So especially, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the drill rap scene or whatever, where everything is ops, 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 kill, 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 shoot 'em up, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? And, at the end of the day, yeah, I give you $1 million, you know what I'm saying? And take out a 20, 30, $40 million insurance policy on you because, you know what I'm saying, the chances of you lasting, you ain't gonna last. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna keep promoting your music and, you know what I'm saying, and wait till the ops get you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how that game go. But anyway, getting back to the topic, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. All right, so this Sayso P was killed in Memphis or whatever the case is, and, Source was shot in the leg, whatever the case is. But at the end of the day or whatever, you got to look at this theory this way too. Source Walker's a witness, you know what I'm saying? He saw the guys who did the shooting, you know what I'm saying? He can identify them. He saw who shot him, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, if this was a real hit or whatever, at the end of the day, when they came, whoever's standing there with you, they're going to fire on everybody, you know what I'm saying? And once they get the target, you know what I mean, or whatever the case is, if you there, you already hit, you know what I'm saying? Why not finish him off? You know what I'm saying? Unless at the end of the day, maybe it wasn't even intended. Now, this is how I'm looking at it. Maybe it wasn't even intended for him to get hit. Maybe he got hit by accident. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that whole play was to make it look like, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case is, run up on him, you know what I'm saying, hit Sayso, whatever, you know what I mean? He did miraculously, you know what I'm saying, almost got shot, whatever, but they couldn't go with that narrative because he got hit. You know what I'm saying? All right, so to make a long story short, fast forward, it makes no sense that, you know what I'm saying, the shooting was done in Memphis and now, you know what I'm saying, the killer body was found in Houston, you know what I'm saying, in an abandoned building, whatever the case is. Like, come on, man, you got to use your brain. You know what I'm saying? If somebody did a hit, you know what I'm saying, on Source Walker's artist or whatever in Memphis, and Source Walker big in the H-Town, you know what I'm saying? What would he be doing there? You know what I'm saying? You know, anybody in their right mind would have been laying low, till the situation kind of died down. But, you know what I'm saying? For you to go to his town or whatever the case is, that made me, you know what I'm saying, use my brain and think like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it as, yo, it's a lot of conspiracy theories out here, but my theory, you know what I'm saying, and this is just my opinion, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, is like, yo, that sound like a setup, you know what I'm saying? All right, yo, you hear him, you know what I'm saying? When you get ready, don't worry, come down here, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to pay you, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you the bag, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to be good. Go down there, you know what I'm saying? He know that whatever, if that play was put together by him or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? He can't leave no witnesses, you know what I'm saying? He can't leave this dude around and be like, yo, God forbid, because you see it all day. You know what I'm saying? When the shooter get caught, he telling on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Nah, this dude sent me. He set it up. He paid me this amount of money, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like he got backdoored. You know what I'm saying? Because what would he be doing in Houston? You know what I'm saying? So obviously somebody lured him to Houston. You know what I'm saying? And that makes perfect sense to me or whatever. He got lured to Houston, probably to go pick up the bag, whatever. And he got offed. You know what I'm saying? Dump his body in the building. You know what I'm saying? Kill two birds with one stone. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, everything seemed off about it. You know what I mean? But like I said, this is just my opinion or whatever the case is. And, do me a favor. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and like them comments up. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know what y'all think. Because this clearly, to me, sounds like a setup. You know what I'm saying? Setup / inside job. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're going to sit back and we're going to watch and see. And remember, I told y'all first here on my channel that he got backdoored. You know what I'm saying? The truth going to come out, man, sooner or later. You know what I mean? So let me know what y'all think or whatever the case is. But I think in the near future, give it a couple months or whatever the case is, in the near future, there's going to be more stuff coming out to this story, man. And I guarantee you a major player is going to be involved. Salute. Signing off.